Story of Lord Sri Satyanarayan Part 1. Once upon a time, sages like Shaunak were gathered at Naimisharanya Tirkshetra. At that time, Sutji, principal disciple of Sri Vyas Muni, the author of Puranas and Mahabharat, was present there. Sages like Shaunak asked Sutji to explain them which desires get fulfilled by fasting or penance. Sri Sutji said, once this question was asked by Yogiraj Naradji to Lord Sri Lakshmipati Vishnu. And the answer that God gave him is the same story I will recite to you. At one time, Yogiraj Naradji, who had travelled all over the world out of desire of philanthropy, came to the world of death, that is, on earth. There he saw many people suffering from various kinds of pains according to their pre-existing karma. On seeing this, Naradji went to Vishnu Lok to ask Lord Vishnu about the remedy of all problems of people. Beyond the mind and speech, the primordial, the infinite power, the root cause of all, the Nirgun Yat Gunatma, seeing the God of gods, who removes all the sorrows of devotees, Naradji said, I worship you, my Lord. On seeing Naradji, Lord Vishnu said, O lucky one, why have you come here? Tell me everything you have in your mind, and I will give you solution to all your problems. Naradji said, O God, there are many types of suffering on earth. If you know any easy way to alleviate this pain, please let me know. On hearing this, God Vishnu said to Naradji, you have come with good question, with the aspiration of public welfare. So listen to what I say to get rid of all problems. There is a woe which is rare and gives great virtue, even in human world and heaven. Oh dear, because of my love for you, I will tell you. That is Satyanarayan's puja. By performing this puja with proper rituals, one gets immediate happiness and attains moksha. Thereafter, hearing these words of God, Naradji said, what is the fruit of this woe? What is the ritual? When to fast? And tell me in detail who did it and where. This holy puja removes sorrows and grief, increases happiness, brings good fortune and progeny, and gives victory to everyone. With devotion and faith, one should get together with Brahmins, elders, dear friends, and relatives on an evening and perform puja of Lord Sri Satyanarayan, offer prasad at feet of God, distribute panchamrit and prasad to all and have it yourself. After this, remembering Sri Satyanarayan Bhagwan, all the people should go to their respective homes and decide that they will make their life successful by following principle of truthfulness in their life. In this way, by performing Satyanarayan Bhagwan's puja, all desires of man gets fulfilled. Sri Satyanarayan Bhagwan Ni Jai. Part 2. In this way, Sri Sutji, while reciting the vows and mantras of Lord Satyanarayan, said to the sages Shaunak and other, I will tell the story of the first person who did this fast. O sages, there was a poor Brahmin named Shatanand, lived in a very beautiful town of Kashi. Disturbed by hunger and thirst, he used to survive by begging every day. One day, Lord Satyanarayan, who considers Brahmins as his dear devotee, came to him in the guise of an old Brahmin and said respectfully, Oh dear, why do you beg every day? On hearing the loving voice of an old Brahmin, Shatanand Brahmin said that I am very poor so I wander around begging. If you know any way to get rid of this poverty, please let me know. Lord Satyanarayan, disguised as Brahmin, said, O Brahmin, Sri Satyanarayan is the Lord who gives desired fruit and fulfills all desires. You worship him and perform the best ritual. By performing this puja, human beings get free from all bondages and attains the bliss of heaven on earth. After showing the ritual of puja to that Brahmin, Lord Sri Satyanarayan, disguised as Brahmin, vanished. Satanand decided that he would do the fast that this Brahmin had advised, and so in the thoughts of puja, he could not sleep well that night. The next day, he took the vow to fast and worship Lord Sri Satyanarayan. As usual, he begged in the town. That day, he received more money than any other day. With the help of that money, Shatanan invited his friends and performed puja of Lord Sri Satyanarayan. By performing this puja, Brahmin became free from all sorrows and became wealthy. Shatanand became the best of the Brahmins by grace of Lord Sri Satyanarayan. From then on, he used to perform puja of Lord Sri Satyanarayan every month. In this way, he was freed from all sorrows and attained extremely rare moksha. Saint Sutaji said, O sages, I have told you everything that Lord Vishnu told Yogirath Narad Ji. What else do you want to hear? Sages Shaunak and others said, O Sutaji, our faith is increasing and we wish to hear more about this puja. We want to know who else on this earth did this puja other than that Brahmin. So please tell us. Saint Sutaji said, O sages, once when Shatanand Brahmin was performing puja of Sri Satyanarayan Bhagwan, a lumberjack passed by his house. The lumberjack was very thirsty. So he placed loads of woods outside the house of Brahmin and went inside to have some water. On seeing Brahmin performing puja, lumberjack asked him, O Brahmin, which puja are you performing? And what are the benefits of performing it? Please explain me in detail. On listening to Lumberjack, Brahmin replied, This is the puja of Sri Satyanarayan Bhagwan, who gives all the desired fruits. It is by his grace that I have received all the riches. Lumberjack was very happy to know the greatness of this puja from him, and he took prasad, drank water, and placed a load of woods on his head, thinking, I will also perform this puja. Thinking so, he fortunately reached the town where rich people lived. On that day, Lumberjack got twice the price of his woods. He was very happy on that day and brought home some good ripe bananas, milk, ghee, wheat flour, etc., and prepared prasad. Then he called his relatives and loved ones and performed a puja of Sri Satyanarayan Bhagwan with all rituals. Due to the influence of this puja, he was endowed with wealth, children, etc. He enjoyed all the happiness of this world and finally attained salvation, that is moksha. Sri Satyanarayan Bhagwanani Jai. Part 3. Saint Sutaji said, O sages, now listen carefully to the next story. It was a long time ago when there was a very big, sensible, and intelligent king named Ulkamuk, who regularly visited the temple and gave alms to Brahmin and monks. The queen named Pramukda of this king was a woman of loyalty and had beautiful face as blossoming lotus. King Ulkamukh, along with his wife, started the puja of Sri Satyanarayan Bhagwan on the banks of river Bhadra. At that time, a wealthy merchant arrived there carrying lots of money for trade. Leaving his ship on the shore, the merchant approached to the king and humbly asked, O king, which puja are you performing? What is the fruit of doing this? Please tell me what is the devotional story behind it. The king said, O merchant, we fast and worship the incomparable Sri Satyanarayan Bhagwan with our relatives for having a son. Hearing this from the king, the merchant respectfully said, O king, please tell me the ritual of this sacred puja. If doing so will give the child, I will also surely perform this puja, as I am also childless. In this way, after learning the ritual of puja from the king, he came home from business and happily told his wife everything about the puja and its benefit of having childbirth. His pious wife, Sati Lilavati, lived happily with her husband. And one day, by the grace of Lord Sri Satyanarayan, she became pregnant. In the 10th month, she gave birth to a beautiful baby girl. The baby girl was growing up like the brightness of full moon. She was named as Kalavati. One day after this, Leelavati warmly asked her husband, Why don't you fulfill the vow of Lord Sri Satyanarayan? Merchant replied, Right now there is no scope as I am very much busy in my business. We shall perform it at the time of our daughter's marriage. In this way, he consoled his wife and moved to another town for business. Kalavati grew up with the passing of time. One day, merchant saw Kalavati playing with her friends and realized that she had grown up and it was right time for her marriage. So, taking advice of his brothers and relatives, he asked barber to find suitable match for his daughter. At the behest of merchant, the barber reached a town called Kanchan with the idea of getting the best groom for the wedding of Kalavati. Seeing a well qualified Hindu boy with beautiful body, the marriage was arranged. Satisfied with the boy, merchant ceremoniously married her. Unfortunately, he forgot to perform puja of Lord Sri Satyanarayan even at this time. This made Lord Sri Satyanarayan very angry. After the marriage of her girl, merchant took his son-in-law for trade and business. They went to King Chandraketu, who ruled at Ratnasarpur, a beautiful town near the sea. At that time, observing the merchant has broken his vow, Lord Sri Satyanarayan cursed him that he may receive great sorrow and hardships in life. One day, a thief stealing wealth from the king's treasure came to the place where merchant had stayed. Frightened by the king's soldier, he threw the wealth and ran away. The king's soldiers came to the place where these gentle merchants were staying, and on seeing the king's wealth there, they tied both of them with ropes and brought them before king. The soldiers said, O king, these two thieves have stolen your money and are here before you. Out of illusion created by Lord Sri Satyanarayan, King Chandraketu did not listen anything from the merchants and sent them to prison. He also took all the wealth that they had. On the other side, saddened by hunger and thirst, Kalavati and Lilavati started to do domestic work, wandering from house to house and begged for food. One day, exhausted by hunger and thirst, Kalavati went to the house of a Brahmin. There she saw the Brahmin was performing the puja of Sri Satyanarayan Bhagwan. Kalavati stayed to hear the story, collected prasad, and reached home late that night. The mother gently asked Kalavati, "Daughter, where have you been all this time?" Kalavati replied in a calm voice, "Mother, at the house of Brahmin, I saw him performing the puja, which is the fulfillment of all the desired work." Hearing Kalavati's words, Nilavati remembered the vow of Lord Sri Satyanarayan. She decided to perform this puja and completed it with her relatives. Nilavati prayed to God and repeatedly requested, "O God, please send my husband and son in law home soon. Only you are able to forgive their guilt." Lord Satyanarayan was satisfied with the vow and appeared in the dream of King Chandraketu same night and said, "O king, release the two detained merchants from the prison and return all the money that you have taken from them." And warned him, "If you don't do this, I will destroy your kingdom, including your son." Saying so, God disappeared. Early in the morning, King Chandraketu ordered his minister to bring the two merchants before him. Hearing these words of the king, the servant presented the two freed merchants to the king and humbly said, "Both the merchants have been freed and brought before you." They both greeted King Chandraketu, but remembering the previous incident that happened to them, both of them were terrified and remained silent. On seeing them, King Chandraketu said, "You both had to suffer this terrible sorrow because of God's curse. But now you don't have to worry about anything." The king gratified them by giving ornaments and more than double the money he had taken away from them, and said, "Now gladly go back to your home." The two merchants bowed the king and said, "By your grace, we will go to our home now." Sri Satyanarayan Bhagwan Ni Jai. Part 4. Sri Sutaji said, before the commencement of journey, merchant recited mantras, donated to the Brahmins, and left for his town. After going a little farther from the kingdom, Lord Sri Satyanarayan came to them in the guise of a monk to examine them and said, "O merchant, what is there in your boat?" The two merchants, overwhelmed with money, laughed and said, "O sage, why are you asking? Why do you want money? Look, our boat is full of creepers and leaves only." Lord Sri Satyanarayan heard the bitter and false words of these traders and said, "Good brother, may your words come true." Saying this, Lord Satyanarayan, disguised as a monk, immediately went to a place near the sea. After the departure of monk, merchant completed his daily activities and went on a boat. There he saw the boat floating lightly above the water and got confused. On seeing creepers and leaves in the boat, he got shocked and have fallen down. Seeing this, his son-in-law said, "O father, why are you worried? Why are you upset with grief? There is no doubt that this is clearly due to the curse of that sage. You surrender to him. He is omnipotent and can do anything." Hearing these words of his son-in-law, they both surrendered to the monk like God and began to plead with respect. O God, we lied to you. Forgive us for our sin. After saying this again and again, they started crying. Seeing the traders crying, the Lord, disguised as monk, said, O merchant, don't cry. Listen to me. You did not worship me, even though you believed me. Spoke false promises. That is why, you stupid, you had to suffer again and again. Hearing the words of Sri Satyanarayan Bhagwan, merchant fell at his feet and started praying. O God, even all the great deities, including Brahma, are fascinated by your illusion, that is Maya, and they do not know your amazing qualities and forms. Then how can I know your Maya? Please give me back all the wealth that I had before in the boat, and I will worship you according to my splendor. Hearing these devotional promises of merchant, Lord Satyanarayan was pleased with him. After giving the desired blessings, Lord disappeared. Merchant came and saw his boat was again full of wealth and money. By grace of Lord Sri Satyanarayan, my wish has come true. Saying so, he performed puja of Sri Satyanarayan Bhagwan and left for his home. As soon as merchant saw the town, he happily said to his son-in-law, Look at my town, Ratnapuri, and sent one of his men who were protecting wealth on his boat to give news of his arrival to his wife. On meeting merchant's wife, the man bowed at her and said, Your husband and son-in-law have come close to the town along with lot of money. Leelavati was very happy to hear the messenger's message and worshipped Lord Sri Satyanarayan Bhagwan and told his daughter that I will go and welcome those people and you too come soon after completing the worship. Kalavati listened to her mother's pleasing words and completed the puja, but she ran to meet her husband without taking offerings. Lord Satyanarayan got annoyed with Kalavati as she went away without taking offerings, and so God made Kalavati's husband disappear along with his boat. On reaching shore, Kalavati did not find her husband and immediately fell on the ground in grief. Seeing that Kalavati was very sad and the boat had disappeared, merchant thought in his mind, What a bad surprise this is. The sailors were also worried. Seeing her daughter Kalavati's condition, Leelavati also became very frightened and started crying in pain. She thought, How did the boat disappear with son-in-law in no time? Who knows which god has been ignored? I don't know anything. Who is able to know the greatness of Satyanarayan Bhagwan? Leelavati began to mourn with her relatives. Kalavati, who was saddened by the demise of her husband, sat down in her mother's lap and wept bitterly. Kalavati took off her padukas and decided to be sati behind her husband. Seeing this condition of her daughter, the religious merchant, saddened by grief, started thinking along with his wife, Which god has caused this incident to happen? We are deluded by the curse of Lord Satyanarayan. Realizing this, merchant called his relatives and vowed, As soon as this deadly crisis is over, I will worship Lord Satyanarayan. And bowing down, he started pleading to Lord Sri Satyanarayan again and again. So Lord Satyanarayan, the savior of poor devotees, was satisfied, blessed them, and made celestial announcement, that is Akashvani. Leaving the offerings, this girl came running to see her husband. That is why she really cannot see her husband. If she goes home and have offerings and return back, then there is no doubt that she will get to see her husband immediately. When Kalavati heard this announcement, she immediately went home, took offerings, and came to the place where her husband had disappeared. She was happy and satisfied to see her husband in front of her and said to her father, "Let's go home. Why to waste time now?" Merchant was happy on listening to Kalavati and came to his house with his brothers and sisters. He worshipped Lord Sri Satyanarayan with all the rituals and appropriate wealth. Even after this, on the full moon day of every month and on the day of Sankranti, that is beginning of new month, he started worshipping to Lord Sri Satyanarayan. With the glory of this puja, merchant reached heaven after enjoying all the happiness of this world. Sri Satyanarayan Bhagwanani Jai. Part 5. Sri Sutaji said, "Listen carefully to the next story as well. There was a king named Tungadhwaj who protected his people. He left the offerings of Lord Sri Satyanarayan and had to suffer a lot. Once King Tungadhwaj sat down to rest under a big banyan tree after hunting many animals and birds. Under that tree, the cowherds were worshipping Lord Satyanarayan with their relatives. The king did not go there out of pride, nor he joined hands and worshipped Lord. After completion of puja, cowherds gave offerings to king, but he refused to accept it. Due to the disrespect of offerings, the king's 100 sons, wealth, and all the property got destroyed. In this way, having suffered from so much pain, the king seriously pondered over the cause of the suffering and concluded that Lord Sri Satyanarayan has destroyed all my possession. So I will go to the place where those cowherds were worshipping Lord Sri Satyanarayan. Thus determined, the king went to the cowherds. He met the people and worshipped Lord Sri Satyanarayan with lot of devotion and faith. Thus, by the grace of Sri Satyanarayan Bhagwan, he became rich and wealthy again, and had sons and grandsons, and after enjoying all the pleasure of this world, attained heaven. By grace of Lord Satyanarayan, anyone who fasts and listens to the excellent, rare and sacred story, Lord Sri Satyanarayan will fulfill all their mental dreams and blesses them with wealth and offspring. He who is poor becomes rich. The one who is in any kind of bondage is freed from it. Frightened ones become fearless. There is no doubt about it. With the blessings of Lord Satyanarayan, man not only enjoys here on earth but also attains salvation." Sri Sutaji said, "O Maharshi, O Brahmins, I have described puja of Lord Satyanarayan for the welfare of all. Only worship of Lord Satyanarayan in this deadly age of downfall, that is Kali Yuga, can alleviate all sorrows. O sages, all the sins of those who read or listen to this story every day and follow the truth are destroyed by grace of Lord Sri Satyanarayan. O sages, Listen to the story of second birth of those who performed puja before. That Shatanand Brahmin of town Kashi was Sudama in his second birth. Becoming a friend of Lord Krishna, he attained the supreme position. That lumberjack became a sailor named Kevat, who washed the feet of Lord Ramchandra with his own hands and served him at the time of exile and got freedom from circle of life and death. King Ulkamukh was born as King Dashrath in his second birth. He got a son like Lord Sri Ramchandra and attained heaven. That merchant became the King Mordhwaj in his second birth. He pleased God by cutting his son's half body with a saw. King Tungadhwaj became sage Manu in the second birth. He made everyone devotees of God through Bhagavad related stories. श्री सत्यनारायण भगवाननी जय.